How you folks doing today? Well, today is going to be a little different here. It's pretty nice out here. I think we're like 80s, 90s today with a little bit of breeze, so it's halfway decent out here. Things going to be a little different today. If y'all remember, I bought this thing here. I've had a lot of people call me, text me, email me, wanting to know updates on this thing. So let's tell the story of this, okay? My uncle, Ronnie, y'all have seen him on my videos. He's the skinny guy with all the tattoos. He's an electrician, concrete worker. He pretty much do anything you want to do construction wise. Well, he was working over 100 miles away from home, and he was driving back and forth to work every day. So he decided to buy this, and he put it up at where he was working at, and he just stayed up through the week, and he came home on the weekends. Smart thing to do. Well, that job lasted for a while, and then it finally petered out. Well, he brought it back home, and it sat in storage and sat in storage and sat in the storage. I don't know how long it sat there. I mean, I might mistake it, but I think it sat there for like a year in storage. And he'd go up there and check on it every once in a while, and he would notice that people would get into it, you know, and open up the doors. They took the tanks out of it. They did all kinds of crazy stuff. So what he did, if you look right here, he put self-tapping screws through them, through the doors, to keep people out. Anyway, and this long story short, it just kept setting and setting and setting. And he knew I was kind of looking for one, and he called me up one day and offered it to me. He gave me a deal I just couldn't pass up. So I flew down there and took a look at it. That's the first time I ever saw it, and I bought it from him right there. I never put the slide out. We never hooked up the water, the gas, nothing. The only thing that was working at the time was the radio off the battery. And I bought it right there on the spot. Now the dilemma. Now I got to find something to pull that thing with. And I was looking and looking hard. And that's when I came across this diamond in the rough, we'll say, okay? This 2002 Chevy Silverado. Now, she's not the best looking truck. It's not a bad looking truck either. I mean, she's got some beauty marks on it. And this was sitting at a mechanic shop. And he basically bought it. Now, I don't know if it was a railroad owned it or a guy worked at a railroad. Okay, so I don't know that part. But anyway, it was just sitting. It was old and worn out, and they just didn't drive it no more. See, it's got some more marks here. But she's not a bad truck. Anyway, it sat at the mechanic shop, and I've seen it sitting there for a while. But when I bought that trailer, I was like, man, I need a truck. I need a truck. And I forgot all about this thing. And I pulled in it one day, and then he made me a deal on it that I couldn't refuse. It's got a 6.0 in it. It'll run. But when I got it, it didn't have no lights in it. The grill was messed up. The tires were shot completely. I mean, tread coming off of it. They were peeling. That's how bad it was. And it would start, but it would barely run. I mean, just barely run. Enough to know, you know, it wasn't had no rods or nothing knocking, and it wasn't smoking. So the first order of business is get some tires on it. So I went up to my buddy at Robert's Tires, and they put tires on it for me. Didn't realize how expensive them tires are for this truck. Jesus. So anyway, they tore it apart, took the jack, got it in the air, you know, took tires and wheels off of it, and they called me. They said, Don, you need to come up here. And I was like, what's going on? Now, you got to understand, I took it straight from where I bought it from, straight to them on the back of this tow truck. I never drove it, never touched it. Anyway, the rotor on this side here, when they tore that off, the rotor fell in pieces, in 3 pieces, hit the ground. So, right out the get-go, had to put brakes, rotors, caliper on it, and brake lines on the front end and get it all lined up. That was right out the get-go. So we got all that taken care of. I get the truck home, man. I worked on it. I could get it to run. It'd run a little better. Every time I did something, it'd run a little better, a little worse. And I was finally at my wit's end. Took it in and come to find out all 4 of the O2 sensors were bad. Replaced them, and it started up and ran. Then the NOx sensors went bad. So I had to tear the intake off and replace it. This truck has been an ongoing process. The money I had put into this truck, I could have went and bought a really nice truck. But, you know, when you do things like I do, you know, you get stuck with it. So then I finally got it running, I put a fifth wheel unit in it. And then I went and got this, as you guys saw. Okay, now back to this here. This is a Wheel Wood by Forest River. It's got hydraulic legs on it. They go up and down automatically. I got it here. I couldn't get nothing to work. I finally put a new battery in it, got a few things to work, but I didn't have power hooked up to it. And I had my same uncle that I bought this thing from come up here and look at my wiring in my house, because I was going to put a 30 amp outside, like right over here in the corner somewhere. And he got to looking, and I already got 30 amp running to my garage. So that worked out perfectly. So she's plugged in. So I came in here, because I never did get the slide out to go out. Never did. And I've been working on this thing slowly but surely. Never could get it to go out. And I'd get it to go out like an inch at a time and stop. Never could figure out, well, come to find out on this particular rig, it has to have the battery hooked up. It has to have a good battery for that slide out unit to work. And I didn't know that. It's a learning curve for me because I don't know much. But anyway, it's right here, push out. And of course, it's not going to work today. Oh, duh. See how stupid I am? I messed up. See, it's not going to work just off electricity. It will not work off electricity. Let's see. So this whole... I unhooked the battery. So let me get the battery hooked up and I'll be right back with you. Program. Like I was saying before, it had an old battery in here that my uncle was using. And just... I kept trying to mess with things, and stuff just wouldn't work right. And like I said, that sliding unit would go out just an inch or so at a time and stop. Well, this trailer's got a built-in charger, so when it's plugged up, it should be charging a battery. And I was like, what is going on? So I went and bought this battery. And as soon as I put that battery in, here, let me close this up. I'm having a bad problem with wasps around here. I keep killing them and they keep chasing me down. Oh, that's where the new hole is. Okay, so you want to go in there and look stupid. Okay. I have to fix that one for you. So anyway, I got it working now. Now, take the button, push out. Look at that. And it opens this thing up now. All that because the battery was bad. You would think, you know, I don't know anything about these things for real. But when you hook up electricity at 30 amps electricity, you would think that thing would work, but it wouldn't. It just was not having it. Come on. Okay, see, he gives a whole lot more room in this thing. Little radio works. We're not going to play that because in YouTube they try to say I'm motorizing it or however they say that, breach of contract. But I got it working. I mean, the little refrigerator works when I turn it on here. See, the light comes on, it works. But we're not going to have power on that long. I did end up fixing the door here to the bathroom. You see right there's another dead wasp. I've been killing these things left and right in here. I've already hooked up the water once to it to make sure everything was working. Got it working. But I like this camper. I really do. I like this camper a lot. I still haven't replaced the vents in it. I need to take measurements and see what size those vents are and get them replaced, but I haven't done it. But one thing that's kind of neat, I was looking at the cabinets, and I haven't cleaned out the cabinets yet. There's still the stuff in there from my uncle. But man, he was all about his beans. I mean, this thing is just full of beans. Oh, there's some corn. Black eye beans, turtle beans, black turtle beans. I mean, nasty. And the best thing of all, about all of this, Oh my God, I forgot the best part. Oh, let's see here. Did I do it right? Sorry about that. Anyway, there's the controls for my air conditioning. And the breaker box is down here, and when the breaker is flipped. But anyway, whew, as you can hear, it's running. I got it on low right now because if I turn it on high, it'll run about 5 or 10 minutes, and then it blows my breaker in the house. But air conditioning and everything is working. So that is an update on this thing. I haven't taken it out camping yet. I just been working like a dog trying to get things done, you know. Nice little microwave. Still needs a woman's touch to clean it out, you know, but it will work. I've had a few people already try to buy this unit from me already. You know, if they'd give me enough money, I might sell it, but they're not gonna get it cheap. I know what these things are worth. Like I said, I don't know much about RVs, but I'm learning. I didn't know you needed a good battery in it to make everything work. I didn't know that. Call me stupid or whatever, but I'm learning. But she is one hell of a camper though. I gotta replace that siding thing up there. You see it's all, here, I don't know if you can get up there. You see it's all torn up. Never done one of those either, but I'll be figuring it out here pretty quick, I think. But I like it. I gotta figure out what that vent's for, because them freaking wasps keep going in there. So I'm about to put something in there. Alright, well, that's the update on the RV. I still got it, and I'm still trying to work with it. Still trying to get it done. I thought about taking it this weekend out and camping it, but I didn't do it. Maybe next weekend or so I might. If I do, I'll bring you along and show you how everything works out. Or I can get to some real power. Alright, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all watching the video. Almost forgot. I forgot to show you what this thing looks like with the slide out. There she is. In all her glory. And I like it. And that's where it's from. Right there is where she was bought at. And I actually talked to the original owner of this thing. I tracked down the people that bought it brand new off the factory floor. Alright guys, thank you.